I would like to ask a question regarding my I-140 approval, Chris. My I-140 was filed in June 2022, and then I got an RFE. It's been 4 months already, and until now, no update. I want to know how long will an RFE be? RFE cases should be responded by the USCIS.
Yeah, it's impossible to say. So an RFE can come for almost any reason. So, for instance, if the RFE said, please send us a copy of the nurse's passport page because the one that you've sent us is blurry, well, that can be responded to in however long it takes the nurse to send a PDF copy of a cleaner copy of the passport, the attorney to type out a very short letter and FedEx it or overnight courier it to the USCIS, then maybe a week or two. And then it's only a week or two to respond. And if it's premium processing, as I know a bunch of you know, because I'm looking at the chats over here, that should be another 15 days and the case should be approved. That'd be about as simple an RFE as you can get. The complexities can be enormous. And so it completely depends on the RFE and the basis of the RFE. And so the only way to really answer that is not this forum, but is to talk to your recruiter or your attorney or your employer to get a sense as to what the issue is and what kind of timing should be expected. If, and this wasn't quite clear from the question, the two other points, but one is the RFEs have to be responded within 87 days. However, for about 2 or 3 years since COVID, the U.S. government has issued a blanket extension of 60 more days, which makes it about 150 days. So what's that? 5 months, which means theoretically, if an RFE was issued today, November 11th, we might not need to file a response before roughly April 11th. Now, there's a reason the government gives that much time, and it's because sometimes they know that the documentation is complex. But again, if it's an example like my, blurry passport, you don't need to wait 5 months to respond. So that's one other thing to consider. Second thing to consider is if you're not under premium processing. So under premium, when the RFE is responded, the U.S. government will take 15 more days if the case is premium processing to issue the approval, hopefully. If it's not under premium processing, then ordinarily we see 60 days or so. But again, the last 2 or 3 years, that has been warped a little bit. And so, 4 months, I think, would probably be about at the outer bound. And so the part that I wasn't quite sure from the question was it that the RFE was responded 4 months ago or that the RFE was issued 4 months ago?
Okay. So unfortunately, it just depends.
Yeah, I give this
is the short answer there. And I think for that question, really important to speak to your attorney and see how it pertains to your specific case.